Mr. Craig Klein, welcome to the podcast. It's an honest pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we're going to talk everything about sales, which sounds super exciting. Craig is the founder and CEO of SalesNexus.com, a leading CRM, marketing, automation, and lead generation solution for sales teams from 10 to 100. He's also the author of Inside Out Selling, a guide to growing and managing sales teams. Craig works with small startups and Fortune 500s to create systems that give salespeople more time to sell and more quality leads to sell to, while giving management the accountability that is so elusive in the world of sales. First and foremost, Craig, what got you started in this industry?
I was in sales. In particular, I was doing sales here in the energy business here in Houston. And, I'd risen up into the VP of sales position. And, so I was managing salespeople and I saw the need to make it easier.
Fair enough. And is what you do fully digital? Is that mainly your focus?
Yeah, we're a SaaS CRM and marketing automation platform that people access on the internet, from all over the world.
Right. So you would essentially be linking people who are looking for clients, and you'd be filling up their their Calendly or their like scheduled inbox for just, hey, you've got a sales call at this time. At this time, you just fill up their calendar essentially.
Yeah, that's part of what we do. I mean, we also work with customers that are, not really generating new clients so much as they are making sure they're managing the relationship with the clients they already
Hmm.
have.
That requires you to have like a nuanced understanding of the industry they're in. I would imagine. I'm only
Right.
guessing. Right.
Yeah, that's the fun part, right? I get to talk
Hmm.
to business owners every day, and every one of them has a slightly different twist. Every day
Right.
I learn something new. It's really neat.
So help me understand something, right? Someone who provides marketing sales, whether it's SEO or any sort of element for marketing, the to me it seems one of the best ways to streamline your services is to kind of stay in a very narrow vertical in terms of the services you offer and become really good in that area and scale up. And one of the cancers for growth in that model is getting too involved in people's nuanced industries, right? So I want to be able to provide a service to a lawyer, to a doctor, to a lumberjack, who cares? And I don't want to understand the nuances of, the medical industry or the law industry. So what you're describing almost seems a little counterintuitive. Help me kind of reconcile those two thoughts there.
Yeah, no, it's a great point that you're bringing up. I mean, frankly, every sort of business guru, coach type person that I've ever talked to always brings that up. Like, why don't you focus on a specific niche? Right. And it is an effective strategy. There's no question about it that many companies have been very successful by following that. Um, we have not because kind of because of how we got started. Um, our original go to market plan was to target the existing user base of a company called Act, which was like the granddaddy of sales software that was way back before there was even a cloud,
Mm,
but they had millions of users back when we got started. And it was really a loved program within the sales community. And it was used across all kinds of industries, right? So we
right.
had to be ready to bring on people in all kinds of industries. And so the bottom line is our approach is our tool can be customized easily to any business. And, what I've learned being in this business for a while is that, every industry has their out of the box solutions that somebody has built for them, right? Um, but the problem is they only go so far because they treat every business as if it's exactly the same. Every, plumber runs their business exactly the same way. Well, that's not true, actually. Um, in fact, you know, if you're a plumber and I'm a plumber, the things that we do differently are really our competitive advantages.
The
And
reasons
so
why
that
we get
means
sales. And to
Yeah, the
get more
system has
sales,
to
you got to
reflect that.
understand that uniqueness factor. I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting, interesting perspective. So let me ask you, Craig, what's your uniqueness factor? What separates you from those offering sales? And as you know, this industry is littered with endless people providing SEO services, website optimization services,
Mhm.
PPC campaigns, or even like email list building. Like, what,
Yeah.
first of all, what sets you apart from your competitors, and what area of sales do you particularly focus on?
Yeah, well, first of all, we don't really provide those kind of marketing services. We're more the once you get the lead to your website and you convert it to a lead, then that's where we take over, right?
Oh, I see. Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. And so our system will nurture the leads and get them engaged with a salesperson and then help the salesperson manage that lead going forward. And that's where that customization I mentioned really comes in, right? Like
Mm,
in a sales conversation, it's the same thing, right? It's easy for the salesperson to just, they've been busy all day, they've been meeting with customers all day, and they all kind of seem the same after a while, right? And you're kind of just going through your little pitch over and over and over again. Well, that's not going to win you any big sales, right? You have to
mm.
really get to know each and every customer and dig for those little unique differences about each customer, and that's how you establish a really strong relationship and you separate yourself from the competition,
Interesting.
right?
So I actually find that brilliant because you even mentioned early on how you're not just there to make the sale, you're also there to maintain the client. And I think what you're describing sounds like that solution to growing but still staying close to your clients, because the problem with companies is when they become too big, they begin to scale and it all becomes abstraction. Like an individual is almost essentially noise to the bigger picture, where
Hmm.
how you grow a company is you kind of have this hierarchy of command, and then clients just become numbers. And having someone down at the ground level like you and your team can help a company focus on the bigger picture while still keeping that personal touch. So I imagine if, like, I don't know, a person you've made a sale with has got an issue with a service or has got a grievance, like, do they normally come to you first, or how does, like, are you kind of like in the customer support process throughout the timeline of that client, or do you just come in there and make the sale, and if you need to make another sale in the future, they kind of push you back in?
No, no. I mean, what we try to do is help our customers be in the right place at the right time, right? Like, I mean, every business hopes they get so big, like you're describing, that they just sort of don't have time to spend with individual customers anymore.
Hmm,
We all hope for that, right? But I think it's important, number one, to just kind of stay tuned in with your marketplace by engaging with customers. Um, so, you can watch how your customers are engaging with your brand to identify the ones that probably need a call right now, right? Either
hmm.
there's some giant opportunity that you might be able to take advantage of, or there's a big problem and you could, kind of head off a disaster with losing a client or something like that,
Right.
right?
Right. So, and I imagine this industry is changing so quickly. I mean, with the progress of technology advancing at definitionally an exponential pace, and with the introduction of AI into the economic landscape, how are you leveraging tools like, let's just say, GPT or other AI based tools internally to kind of become more efficient internally and also externally when you're dealing with clients directly?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, uh, like everyone else, we're all just kind of experimenting with this new technology that's just blowing everybody's mind, right?
Hmm,
Every day, I try something new, and the results blow me away, right?
hmm,
Um, designing a new landing page for an ad campaign that we're running or something like that, right? Used to take a couple of weeks of discussion before you ever actually put a page
right.
on your website. Now you go to ChatGPT, tell it what you want, and you got a HTML file and you're good to go, right?
Right. And
It's
it's almost
crazy.
like gives you anxiety because now you're like, "Oh, there's a new ChatGPT update. What am I like, I
Yeah,
just got comfortable with this workflow.
right.
Now I have to do this or else my competitors are gonna have one up on me."
Yeah, that's right. It's just it is weirdly accelerating everything to such a rate that you feel like anything you do, you're going to be outstripped in a couple of days, you know?
Right.
Um, but you know, it is what it is. I think one of the things that I feel is an advantage that we have is that we're relatively small. We're not venture funded. We've grown organically over the years, and that allows us to be a lot more nimble, right? So we have competitors that have buildings full of software engineers, right?
Mm,
And so there's no way we're going to outcode those guys. And now that they have, you know, AI to help them write their code, I don't know how we would ever, I can't even imagine how fast those guys are going. But
right.
like you said earlier, like you pointed out very smartly, number one, they're not as close to the marketplace as we are, because they've gotten so big. Number two, um, you know, they're like a giant aircraft carrier, right? It's not that easy to turn that thing, right?
Mm,
So we're able to adjust more quickly, and you know, I think that's an advantage for us. We're completely rebuilding our platform right now, and you know, the guys doing the coding, they're using AI, and it's accelerating the process so much.
right.
It's crazy. Like, we have a meeting, we talk about some new feature, and literally a couple days later they're showing me a prototype of it, you know.
Right.
um
It
it's
comes
just
back
amazing.
it comes back to that uniqueness factor, like, sense that, when you're using GPT and you're using AI tools, they're not necessarily replacing the person doing the work, but they're allowing the grunt work to be. You have this, like, PhD level student standing right beside you saying, "Hey, do you need help for anything?"
Right.
And it allows you to focus on what makes you unique. So a good developer will be able to do better development with something like ChatGPT besides them. So
Yeah.
yeah, that all makes sense internally. I wonder, what are you using GPT at all, or AI tools externally to help you with sales or whatnot, or is that something you're still exploring?
Well, I mean, we're building it into the product, right? So that's this new version. It's going to be fun to see how customers find creative ways to use what we're doing. But for instance, one example would be, um, you know, integrations is always a big deal with our kind of product, right? I want to integrate my marketing automation system with my accounting system or whatever, right? And that's always a big hassle. Nobody's really sure exactly how to do it, or you know, or you got to hire an external consultant to do it for you or something like that. Well, we're building into our platform is you'll be able to just tell it. You tell a chatbot, you know, I want SalesNexus to talk to my QuickBooks, and I want this to happen whenever that happens, right? And then the AI will write the code that you can then deploy and have them start doing what you want them to do, right?
Mm,
Um, so we're, in other words, turning our customers who are typically not developers or highly technical at all into developers.
mm, brilliant. And Craig, where do you see your company advancing in the next couple of years?
Well, we feel like we have an opportunity here in the next 6 months. I mean, I'm using 6 months only because, like we talked about, with the rate of change of everything with AI,
Right.
I don't even want to guess at what the world's going to look like a year from now, right?
Right.
But you know, the next 6 months or so, I think we're going to be able to kind of leap out in front of a lot of competitors and really make a name for ourselves on a grander scale than we have in the past. Um, and I think if we do that well, and we continue to listen to our customers to continue to innovate on the product, then we can stay there, you know? So, you know, I expect us to be really starting to lead the CRM and marketing automation space, but also with what we're building now, we see it applying to some other industries like service and support and things like that. So we'll be playing around with breaking into those markets as well. That's going to be a lot of
Interesting.
fun.
Quick question, LinkedIn, do you guys leverage that in any way? And if so, how?
Sure. Yeah. Right now, in our current product, we use LinkedIn as a way to enrich contacts. So, like, if you, let's say you have a form on your site where people can sign up to download your or subscribe to your newsletter, right?
Mhm.
Um, and all you get is their email, right? They don't tell you who they work for, and you don't get a phone number and all that. Well, in SalesNexus, we can grab their phone numbers and company and title and other
Right. So you like scrape
details.
LinkedIn, you do some API to like with their email to kind of get more
We're not
information
really
about them.
scraping LinkedIn, but we're using LinkedIn to validate the data that we're gathering,
Right.
you know?
I see. Interesting. And then you can also, so I guess I imagine, build some sort of a profile so your sales pitch can be a little more honed in and targeted.
Right. Yeah, and now with the new version, we'll be using LinkedIn as one of the reference data sets that an AI can use to help guide a sales process,
Right.
you know.
Very cool. Well, Craig, where can people find you?
They can go to salesnexus.com and you can start a free trial there. We have a ton of resources for marketers and sellers
Very cool.
that we've created over the last, 10 plus years.
Yeah. Mind me asking, what does a free trial look like?
It's unlimited, go to town, go crazy, send a bunch of emails, load customers in there and enrich the list like I talked about earlier,
Hmm,
set up your pipeline, all of that. You use it for 30 days and if you like it, then, you can sign up, right? But
very cool.
one of the things we've always done really well is we help our customers get everything set up and working for them. So during that first 30 days before you ever put a credit card in, we're in there helping you get it all set up the way you want. So you really know.
Brilliant. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, Craig, I appreciate your wisdom, your time, and expertise. It's been an
Thank
honest
you.
pleasure chatting.
Yeah, no, it's been great. Thank you, Michael.